welcome back to another episode of Trash Talk Podcast number 109. We got Sergej in the building, and there's your reason, by the way, for there not being a camera or a face cam picture sort of thing today. So you're going to have to deal without looking at our faces, because we really can't set it up that well for 3 people.
Everyone is so disappointed.
Yeah, I know people are celebrating this day. It's a national holiday. So, Sergej, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
And JJ.
I am doing fine as well.
So am I. Well, at least decently. So,
no one asked.
Yeah, I know. I ask myself sometimes. That's important. It's important to regularly ask yourself, how am I doing?
Yeah, I mean, self-reflection is very important.
Yes,
very important.
I do that every day and write it down.
That's good.
You journal?
Yeah.
That is good.
I did not know that about you.
It's a very fun fact about Sergej. We got to talk about it.
That could have totally been a fact of the week.
Yep. A very much
Just saying.
important basis for improving yourself. Let's get into what we're doing here, man. So you just finished playing Life is Strange before Le Storm.
Yes.
Plus the farewell episode. Last week, or this week rather, was the farewell episode. And we're here to talk about that game and also find out about who you are in terms of Life is Strange personality traits. So first of all, general opinions on the game.
Pretty good. Especially the last episode, the bonus one. I think it's a really good conclusion on the characters.
Okay, so the farewell episode obviously played before everything else, right?
Yes.
Played even before the storm. And you like that as tying the knots, sort of thing. So JJ, what was our verdict on that, if you remember that?
Well, I personally liked, first of all, Before the Storm better than the rest of the franchise. I'm not sure what I said specifically about the farewell episode. However, it is definitely a very good conclusion, yes. I'm pretty sure I said something along those lines before as well. Yeah. Which, of course, brings up a question that I kind of just hinted at. Which of the 2 Life is Strange games that you've played thus far do you prefer?
The first one.
Really?
And here's the thing, JJ. I'm going to stab you, JJ, in the back a little bit. After having replayed both, I am going to agree with Sergej and switch sides. That both of them are great, but the first one I like just a little bit better.
Yes.
Having played both. And if we had to play one of those a third time, it would be the first one.
I'm not sure if that's maybe related to how you were introduced to the franchise, maybe? Because I did play Before the Storm first, which might add a little bit of sentimental value there. But I personally, actually quite a bit prefer Before the Storm.
Quite a bit?
Yeah.
Okay, so I like the Max-centered first game just a little bit better, even though Before the Storm is still pretty much a masterpiece. Now, there is one voice of criticism that I've heard brought up a couple times when specifically the farewell episode came out, and I kind of want to hear you all's take on that. So, the idea was that the farewell episode was more or less just the way to, in post, make people be sympathetic towards Chloe, to basically justify terrible behavior by a character that was pushed as a protagonist hero, a likable sort of character, by justifying that in post through trauma that she happened to endure way before all the story happened. What's your opinion on that?
I can see where that opinion is coming from, but I don't think that it's meant as a justification for it.
Also, sorry.
No.
No,
Sergej, keep going. It's about you.
So apparently he doesn't have anything else to say. I just was trying to pick off where you left off, and I think the thing is that Chloe, first of all, was always shown as a flawed character, but she was supposed to be likable, that is true. And I think, to a degree, she was a likable character. And then, second of all, and more importantly, the justification of her bad behavior, that is her grieving over William still, is repeatedly brought up in both games.
Constantly.
Before the farewell episode.
Constantly.
So, this is more contextualizing the events. It's not really adding anything that we didn't already know.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Perfect counterexample Sergej, I want you to hold your ears real quick. Like, seriously. Lily from The Walking Dead. Perfect counterexample. Asshole character with no justification. Larry, very similarly. You can, Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. The reason I said that, I told Sergej to hold his ears, is because he doesn't know what I've just said yet, and he will experience that in the future, playing that game. So we don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I would agree with not agreeing with that criticism. I think Chloe's character has been built really well. Mm-hmm. And I personally didn't hate the character of Chloe before Farewell. And of course didn't after. So I don't necessarily think that's too justified. I don't think it was necessary to impose justify Chloe's behavior and actions. Because that's been made abundantly clear throughout both games.
The only thing that this does to the likability of characters is it arguably makes Max less likable. Because the whole thing about them not having contact, which is brought up significantly in the first game, I feel like it's made even more extreme by the fact that she kind of just left her, like, Max left Chloe, like, the day her father died, and then she left like a flimsy message on a tape recorder.
Which, that first point is not it's not Max's fault.
No, it's not her fault. But she then doesn't even basically try to hold any contact.
Max goes to an insane length to make sure to tell Chloe that they will remain in contact and visit, write letters and texts and phone calls and MMO online game things, and nothing.
The O in MMO already stands for.
Sayonara. Nothing happens. So, that makes Max a little bit suspicious. But another character that was very much not necessarily introduced, but expanded upon in Before the Storm that we got to know is Rachel, obviously.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
At the time of this first game was fucking dead as fuck. So,
that's one way to put it.
It's very true. So, thoughts on that character? Very intriguing, a lot of people think.
Okay, I don't know what to say right now. I mean, she's a character.
She's a character. She's a character, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she is.
So yeah.
Any particular thoughts maybe about the relationship between Chloe and Rachel throughout both the games? Well,
mostly the last one.
Mostly, of course, Before the Storm.
But also the way that it is portrayed in the original game. By Chloe.
I don't have thoughts. Like, in general.
Yeah.
I just operate on instinct. Food. That's you. Food and sometimes sleep. Alright, so...
Sometimes.
Yeah, very rarely.
Every once in a while. Alright, so... generally, so you're saying first game you like better than Before the Storm. Though Before the Storm definitely delved deeper into the Chloe and the Rachel character, which I think that's a strong point. I find the whole Amber storyline very intriguing.
Yeah,
with Sarah, and there's some good twists in there. So I did like that a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I would agree with that, and I believe that is also in a strong part why I personally like Before the Storm better.
Yeah.
Because it delves more into, like, very much one character or one relationship, more so than the original game, which, while it does talk very much about the Max and Chloe relationship, also tries to include a lot of other characters in the story that don't directly contribute to that story. And then you got the whole time travel element, which, while intriguing, I think doesn't necessarily add anything to the story except for, of course, the final decision.
So the first game is very much story and plot driven, more so than Before the Storm. You've got it's made very noticeable. Like the game starts up with the first scene being the main plot point, being the storm being introduced, and the entire game is based upon that and preventing that in some sort of way. The character story is being told along the wayside. In Before the Storm, the whole game tells the story of one Rachel Amber.
Yes.
And her family.
And her relationship with Chloe.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually a very interesting point I brought up earlier, but because you can, in that game at least, choose the nature of the relationship, it allows you to choose very early on, and it gives you a few more options later on to confirm or change that potentially. And I think that is, first of all, an interesting thing that you can very much change the relationship a little bit, but also kind of bad for the nature of a prequel, because the canon thing is that they were just friends, although I feel like the way they interact with each other suggests at least...
See, it's tough, right? Because
I feel like it suggests at the very least attraction.
there's no outright statement on stuff, which is why I think they get away with it. It's not like at the end of Before the Storm, they're literally getting married in front of the entire town. It's always just somewhat vague, which is why the main storyline holds up. What I was going to say is that a lot of the people who praise Before the Storm above everything else is because they appreciate the character-driven story more than anything else.
Yes.
They very much fall in love with the character of Rachel Amber and the story that's being told. Which is a mysterious and a very interesting story. We get expanded a little bit on people like Frank and Chloe, but Before the Storm very much is about Rachel and her family. Which, okay, that's comes down to personal preference. I prefer the more Max-centric first game too, the one that plays in school and has more of a plot-driven focus, even though I like both very much. But concluding that, of course, it is mandatory for Sergej to now find out what character from the Life is Strange franchise that he is. And for that, we also, Sergej and myself, refreshingly participated in the What Life is Strange character are you quiz. And we all got results. Mm-hmm. And Sergej, would you like to start off?
Yeah, I've got Warren.
Got Warren.
Yes, which is a way more extroverted version of me. Like, yes, I stole your line.
That is very much
yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I've also previously stated a lot that we are basically the same person. So
now we should clarify that this quiz is based on Game 1 exclusively.
Yes.
Not Before the Storm. Rachel Amber, for example, is not an option.
And I feel like for the two of us, more importantly, Mikey is not an option.
Yeah.
Mike and Steph, yeah.
Oh yeah, Steph too, right? She exists.
So, very much...
I'm sorry, okay?
very much side characters. But, yeah, so you are Warren. Can you read out the text?
You got Warren, Mac's friendly and nerdy friend. He's easygoing and is very interested in science and movies. He is very protective over Max and it is shown when he gets beaten by Nathan to protect her. He also listens to her and lets talk about her problems. Go Abe!
Yes!
So, Sergej, a couple of bullet points that was mentioned there. Easygoing, that's something that you selected.
Yeah.
Interested in science and movies.
Of course.
Works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question is, are you protective over your friends? Would you get in a fight over your friend?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if someone were to come up and punch JJ in the face, would you...
How?
if I just punched JJ into another dimension, would you throw down with me right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that was a literal thing, I might be down for that. I like the idea of dimensional travel.
I cannot see you fighting, but that will be very interesting.
Just
Maybe.
get isekai'd.
Yeah, exactly. I just land in some kind of fictional world. And
If that situation arose at some point, I would definitely want to see that. So that's very interesting. Do you also appreciate going ape?
Not that much.
That's the one line that you're not fully on board with.
Yes.
Okay. Can you read out the other characters and to what degree you matched with them?
Max. I matched to Warren by 86%.
Right, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yes, to Max by 82%, and Kate by 74%.
And who do you got the least?
The least is David with 6%.
That's not a lot.
So, one thing that I would like to point out here is, first of all, we only took one quiz this time around.
Yeah. Yes.
So we have a kind of a smaller sample size. Second of all, you with your 86% Warren have by far
The highest match.
The highest overlap between any of us with the characters that we matched with.
Yeah.
And even your max at 82 is still higher than any of our others.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So JJ, you want to go next?
Alright.
Who are you, JJ?
So,
Kiki.
yeah, I don't know. The highest overlap according to this quiz, which I want to reiterate quickly, has like 12 questions.
15.
Fair enough.
Okay.
My result is Victoria.
Victoria.
At 77%.
You're Victoria, man.
You got Victoria, a wealthy, popular student at Blackwell. She's very self-confident, fashionable, and artistic. However, she can also be quite self-indulged and rude to others. She also is a member of the ZODIACS Club and goes to many of their parties. Wait, oh god. Which shows how much of a party animal she is. So they used there as in location, not there as in possessive.
So, JJ, couple of bullet points. Once again, are you a wealthy, popular student?
No, you could kind of argue. Well, I'm a student. That much is true.
When you went to high school, were you wealthy or popular?
No.
Okay then. Were you fashionable, self-confident, or artistic?
I feel like my confidence has actually gotten a lot better over time, and it's pretty decent.
I feel Victoria to some degree is overconfident, even like cocky.
Yes.
I mean, the thing is,
arrogant.
she almost is. It feels like she's compensating almost for actually deep down a lack of confidence.
Yes.
Fashionable, I'm definitely not. Artistic, not really. I do have some hobbies that definitely include a certain degree of artistic expression.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't overall consider myself a very artistic
Are
person.
you sometimes self-indulged and rude to others?
Always.
Always, yeah. Are you a member of the ZODIACS Club? And
Okay, fair enough. No, obviously not. But
do you go to many parties?
no.
No, you don't. So that's, I don't know. A lot of those things that are described are not you at all.
That's the thing, right? Because of the limited amount of questions, and some of those are like favorite color, pick an animal out of a group. I mean, to be fair, the animal kind of, if the selection is large enough, might be indicative of something. But I think that the explanation very much shows if you matched someone correctly or not. And
I thought that you were much more of a Max or Warren.
well, yes. And for the Warren traits, that we talked about before, they all apply to me except for the protective part. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm.
So wait, you not throw it down?
No.
If I punched all Sergej's teeth out right now, you would not strike me back. You would not be like, stop it. Let me punch you.
I would presumably try to.
If someone came up on the street and start punching us, except for you, all your friends, start getting in a massive fight, would you not get involved?
I might try to break it up, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get myself hurt necessarily.
Oof. Yeah.
I know I'm
He's
a bad
not down.
friend. Okay.
He's not down, man. He's not down for the cause. We gotta ditch this guy.
See, the problem is, and I'm not sure how much it's self-awareness, but the thing is that I wouldn't be any good in the fight anyways. So I don't see the point of getting hurt just to like show allegiance to my friends, you know?
Yeah, so you're just gonna watch your friends be in a fight, get beat up?
I mean, I guess I would try to help break up the fight somewhat, but I'm not as actively protective for sure as Warren would be. But I do match Victoria somehow 77%. I match Chloe, which I mean classically is apparently the Life Strange character that I am, as at 58%, and Warren at 55, Nathan 49, Kate 42, David 35. And then at the end we get Max 12 and Jefferson 8. The Jefferson 8% is because I picked I'm an indoor person. Which apparently makes me Jefferson.
Yes. Because it's one of those suspicious answers.
Because in this quiz, every last answer to any question was obviously marked Jefferson.
It's like, darkroom stuff. I like to take black and white pictures of unconscious women sort of stuff.
But one of them, two of them were actually reasonable answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is the WTF is Pokemon, if you actually don't know it. I mean, I personally do, but, it's a fair enough answer.
Yeah.
And I'm an indoors person to the what's your favorite season.
Which was also, though, very suspiciously worded in the Jefferson style manner.
I think it was reasonable.
So here's mine, right? My Life is Strange character is, unsurprisingly, I think, David Madsen.
That's a repeat, yeah.
Yeah, it says, you got David, the head security guard of Blackwell, and the resented stepfather of Chloe. He deeply cares for his family, although he's hard time showing it. He had a hard time due to his anger and paranoia issues, which causes Chloe to dislike him even more. That is a repeat for me. I've been David last time.
Yes. I think we had it last time. We took a bunch of quizzes, some more extensive than others. We even mapped the Myers-Briggs test to Life is Strange. Well, we found the mapping to Life is Strange characters, and then took the test.
I had a lot of David.
You, I believe, had 2 or 3 Davids, which was the only one that you really had repeated at all. Yeah. I had like literally 4 or 5 Chloes, which was definitely the clearest one at that time.
Now here's my main criticism of this. So David is very much a conforming, rule-abiding, rule-valuing, strict kind of guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm outspokenly not.
Well, no. The thing is...
Okay, I should say law instead of...
I was about to say, you very much, for you, I would say that, we interestingly enough talked about this a little bit before the podcast, the whole alignment thing, that I could totally see you on the lawful end of things, just that for you, in that case, that is more of your personal code of conduct and your...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you definitely have your own rule set that you operate under.
For sure.
And I think for you, that's actually probably the most strict out of anyone in here.
Yeah.
That you have certain principles and rules that you operate within.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I, personally, at the very least, am a bit more like... While I do have values as well, of course, everyone kind of has those, I don't really have that many strict rules that I necessarily hold myself to. I'm not sure how it is for our third member here.
But here's the very key before we get into that. Hold yourself to. Right? David is all about ruling by authority, which my entire thing in life is questioning that.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
So, holding yourself to a strict regimen and discipline and all that stuff, fair enough, I get that. But ruling with authority, transactional leadership, is what I'm strictly against, and I'm trying to dismantle every fashion of society and life. So, Sergej, what do you want to say?
I'm agreeing with you on
with
that.
Me?
Yes.
Thank you! Fantastic.
So, the other things that we have here is
For me.
anger and paranoia, I think, are the other two.
I have never been to war, so I'm not necessarily paranoid. Maybe I am. Some people would say I am. I think, actually.
I think I'm the most paranoid one out of the bunch.
Oh, yeah. I think so, actually. I can be paranoid. I like to take the extra step to ensure
He is
security.
more paranoid than me. What?
No,
Sure.
I said I'm the most paranoid one.
Oh, okay.
You?
Well,
You are?
Yeah.
How are you the most paranoid? You are using Windows 10 and Google Chrome.
yes.
You are the most reckless bastard on earth. If you were paranoid about anything at all, you would not be doing that. So no, you are not paranoid.
I'm the guy who walks back to his car to see if he actually locked it.
You have no safety concern in your
Yes.
life at all. You are literally, you don't give a shit. I think some people would consider me paranoid.
I don't know. Well,
It really depends.
I mean, it really depends on the subject.
Yeah.
And I think, actually, in that regard, we all have certain paranoid tendencies in different aspects of our life.
Yeah, for
lives.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Lives. So, the other ones that I matched with, by the way, Chloe, for David, I had 74%. For Chloe, I had 62. Nathan, 61. Warren, 47. Victoria, 46. Then Maxine, 22. Mr. Mark Jefferson himself at 7. And Kate at a grandiose 0%.
I mean, I feel like that's what you want to be in life. 0% Kate.
Not Kate. Yeah, you want 0% of Kate.
No, I mean, no offense to the character of Kate. No. To this fictional character of Kate. No, but, I feel like there's a lot
Or Kate fans.
about Kate that you would not want to be.
Yeah.
Like, depressed and Catholic.
Depressed and Catholic.
I mean, mostly those two things, to be honest.
Those two things, too, a lot.
But that's basically her defining character traits in Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Correct. So, deeply cares for his family is probably the only other aspect that we haven't really talked about David.
Well, yes, fair enough. I can see that. Having a hard time showing it also. I think so. Yeah, actually. I definitely care for, or I would tend to care for less people, but more intensely, which translates back to the whole I throw down. Like I would definitely fight someone over a friend being attacked.
But if you fight someone, there's a decent chance you win.
Depends on who I fight. Very much depends on who I fight.
Well, yes. But then look at me.
Do I fight you or do I fight Brock Lesnar?
Well, presumably someone in between. But but the thing is, who am I supposed to fight that I win?
A toddler.
Yeah, right?
Kate. Maybe, I don't know.
But fighting a depressed Catholic is really like the top bar for me.
Kate casts holy fire on you.
Ooh, boy.
Shield of divinity. What were you saying, Sergej?
You can probably land a good hit on someone.
Yeah, the thing is I fight dirty, which is nice.
Seriously, I can give you 2 or 3 lessons, or just
go for the nuts. I know.
No, not necessarily.
Also, people don't watch your legs for some reason. People always expect you to punch, they never expect you to kick.
Yeah,
it's very surprising. You can actually get far with kicks.
When you kick, you open yourself up a lot, though. Mm-hmm. So that's necessarily.
Well, yeah,
you're taking up your base support
to the shins or knee them in the balls or something. You don't necessarily want to kick at their head. Although I used to be flexible enough to do that to someone that was a head taller than me. Yeah. But so that was the old times.
The 3 important principles.
Back when I was doing Taekwondo and I was in 4th, 5th grade.
The 3 important things, or most important things that I can tell you about street fighting to make you 300% better is
mouth guard.
Yes. If you bring one thing, you don't bring a gun or a knife or a tank, you bring a mouth guard, a goddamn mouth guard. That's going to do more for you than anything else.
Well, I mean, I would assume that the tank is more helpful.
Yeah, I know you mouth guard. The other thing is violence. Man, you gotta be ruthless. If you throw it down on the street, it's for real. It's for real. You're going, because there's no rules. You
go for the eyes, the thorax, the balls.
You go crazy. You go violent for sure. And the third one is what was I gonna say?
No mercy.
No mercy. Right. The third. What's the third one? I forget. Yeah. I seriously forget. If I kick
better to run and live than to fight and die.
No. That's stupid.
Survival instinct.
Yeah, if I can come up with it, I will.
No, but I would assume that on the whole fight or flight thing, I'm more of a flight person, generally speaking. I try to avoid violent. But
how are you gonna avoid it if the violent conflict calls you? Your best.
I'm gonna hang up.
Your best friend is being attacked, is in a fight. I'm out on the street fighting 27 Brock Lesnar's. Are you gonna be?
Well, I'm not gonna get in between you and 25 Brock Lesnar's. You're making a very compelling argument for me to run away.
At that point, I might.
Come on, Sergej.
Join JJ.
You gotta throw it down, alright? Come on. Alright, so yeah.
But if it's only one.
Exactly. Mouth guard, technique, and
also always be more afraid of Chris Jericho than Goldberg. Just as a side note.
Dude, for real. That's a good reference.
That was Goldberg, right? Who had the fight with Jericho backstage.
Yeah, very good reference. And he got fucking destroyed. So, that is the first topic. Let's hop into the halftime show. We have a little bit of a game prepared for you, which we've played this before, but this game is called Yay or Nay. And it is astoundingly simple. You name a thing, any one of us names a thing, and the other people reply to it by saying yay or nay, depending on...
We're voting in British Parliament, I like it!
Right.
I'm pretty sure they vote with yay or nay. Maybe. That's a thing.
Whether they
all those in favor.
Or not. So I'm going to give you a quick example. Volbeat, yay or nay? Sergej.
Yay.
JJ.
Yay!
I'm also going to say yay, so that would be an agreement. So, JJ, would you like to start off with your first yay or nayer?
Yes, sure. I have written down here, and that's the wrong page. I have written down on the other side of my blog, beaches, yay or nay?
Yay.
Nay.
To a degree.
Nay.
To a degree. Yay?
Nay.
Nay? You both nay?
Sand is coarse and it gets everywhere.
It depends on what kinds of beaches, man. I don't necessarily dislike them. It could be a nice place. Fluffernutters, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yeah, sure.
Yay! We got 3 yays on the Fluffernutter. One of the best sandwiches in the world. Go look up the recipe and make your one. It's fantastic. Okay.
Non-mechanical keyboards.
Yeah, sure.
Explain to me the fucking difference. The cheapest one possible, I'll take. If it's not the cheapest possible...
That's non-mechanical for sure.
That's not a mechanical one.
So mechanical ones are the cheap ones?
No. Those are the expensive ones.
Okay, so then non-mechanical ones, yay, and nay to the other ones, because what do I...
The thing is, most people... Yes, you get a better response to pressing the buttons, but most people are just pretentious about it. And also...
Yeah, Sergej is the epitome of being pretentious about that shit.
Yeah.
Also
Let me buy a $120 mouse.
Also, they tend to be just louder, which is not necessarily an advantage. Oftentimes.
Always.
Shut up. I definitely say yay to non.
I mean, he currently has a non-mechanical keyboard in his lap,
Correct.
which is mine, though, to be fair.
All right.
So
It's dubious.
Yeah.
So
okay then.
So you're a mechanical keyboards only kind of guy, or phone touchscreen, I suppose, which is
that is dubious but doable.
Also, writing your show notes in an SSH console, probably, or in a Bash console. You don't currently have the SSH connection open, I suppose.
Yes.
Come on now. Okay.
Just writing it on your server as echo commands.
It's okay, this is pretty much only directed at you, but the Nidorf, yay or nay?
Yay.
I also say yay. It's one of the sharpest lines in the black.
I don't know enough about chess. Next question.
It's the one that I played against you in no, I can't say that yet. Terrible.
Oof.
Yay
to kayfabe.
Almost dropped something, but I can't say that yet. You got one more, JJ?
Pay attention to our projects to find out about that one in the future.
Yeah.
Going to Mars, never to return. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Nay.
Nay.
Shut up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Man, you can leave Earth.
I mean, it would make opportunities for some fun memes, but that's it.
How great would that be, man? I totally
do it for the memes. Yeah, no.
Make a name in history and leave Earth. That's 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah.
See, I kind of knew your answer. I was most interested in his.
Okay, Velcro shoes. Yay or nay?
Yay!
What?
I'm gonna say nay.
What is that?
Velcro shoes. They're terrible.
Oh, yay.
What? Get out of here. What kind of people are you? The fuck?
Almost exclusively.
I mean, we are the same person.
Yeah, we are. I mean,
except in all the categories where you're not. But sure.
But there is differences.
I'm gonna say no to Velcro shoes because they're very weird and unprofessional. Anyone have something else?
Yes,
Yes.
Well, let him go.
Sure, go.
Them.
No.
So wait, what?
I'm distancing myself from them, okay?
Improved them. VI, I mean. Sorry.
Okay, sure. $1/euro bills instead of coins.
Nay.
I'm gonna say yay. I like a fat stack. Yeah, man, it's lighter and less clunky than coins.
See, the thing is, as much as I don't like having a lot of coins in my wallet, I like coins a lot more than bills from a conceptual standpoint.
I really don't. I would appreciate only paper money. I'd like to get rid of coin money. I don't like it.
I like coins. They also, I mean, are more closer to the actual origin of the whole thing because it used to be gold coins.
Yeah, but
which, by the way, actual gold coins have like 1 million style points just automatically.
Yeah,
I appreciate paper money more, but who am I? JJ.
Yes, let's go for something here. Oh, this is a bit more of a general one. I assume I know the answers, but movies, yay or nay?
Yay.
Very dubious, probably not. To any degree, I'm gonna say nay. There's like 2 or 3 movies I like, but I usually, under normal circumstances, I would never voluntarily watch a movie.
Which is weird, right?
Yes.
That's weird.
It is.
Handlebar mustaches, yay or nay?
Nay.
Sure.
But also kind of yay. So,
Yeah, also kind of yay, right?
Like, not for myself is the answer. Not that I could.
And once in your life would you try it out at least?
Yeah, I mean, if I could, yeah.
Yeah, I also would definitely yay to that.
But you know, we have done the face cam thing before. People know how much facial hair I grow.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyone got some?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I got a joke one.
Sure.
Yeah, sure, go.
Potassium.
Potassium. Lots of potassium.
In terms of like, as part of a balanced diet, sure. I like me the occasional potato and banana and stuff.
I think that was more of a Life is Strange joke.
Yeah, I know.
Warren in chemistry class. Great joke. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna say nay to any particular, but you know.
Red gummy bears, yay or nay?
Yeah,
Specifically the red one.
Specifically the red one.
yeah, I mean,
Do you taste a difference?
yeah.
Yes.
They taste different.
I don't taste
The green
any
ones,
different.
the green ones are the best ones.
Correct.
And I'm kind of torn. I'm generally surprisingly enough, I'm not a huge fan of gummy bears overall.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
Despite having a preference in color there.
Yeah.
But the red ones are by far not the worst.
Okay.
So,
I'm not even sure which ones are.
just because I don't like gummy bears.
Also gonna say nay. I love gummy bears. The red ones are by far the worst.
I try
hate
to
'em.
avoid them because they're not. They do weird things to my teeth. Is the thing.
The red
Like,
ones or just all?
No, gummy bears. Like if I'll eat a decent amount of gummy bears, like my teeth will like start hurting later for some reason.
Yeah, but some teeth are a bit susceptible to sugar. That happens.
So
That's normal.
interestingly enough, like I can drink Coke all day. Like I can eat chocolate or whatever. It's just the weird like gummies. I think it might actually be the consistency of it or something.
It's just literally sugary paste.
But I like my gummy bears. I'm trying to avoid them because they don't feel good on my teeth.
I like gummy bears. I hate the red ones. Green is the best. Yellow, white is fine. Orange is fine. Green, red.
Fun fact: I barely ever eat white gummy bears. I believe they would maybe be my least favorite, but
I like.
I barely ever get the chance to because whenever my mother is within earshot, she will claim all the white ones immediately.
Yeah, I'll claim the green ones. I like the green ones, but whites are also fine.
I don't like gummy bears in general.
Okay,
I don't really taste any difference at all between the colors.
Well, to be fair, if I do go for candy, I generally prefer the chocolatey kind of sweet over like the sugary gummy bear kind of sweet.
Yeah,
I am out of yay or nays. Anyone got one?
I got 2 more as a matter
Let's
of
hear
fact. I'm a bit more of a basic one, similar to the movie one actually. Books.
Yeah, sure. But audiobooks.
Yeah.
Audiobooks are
Sure.
much preferable over physical books, first of all, because mostly they're free. I don't have to buy it, and listening to
Well,
them
not necessarily.
to me is more efficient than reading.
You can get both audiobooks and regular books for free. You can pay for
I
both
know,
of them.
yes.
That's not an inherent trait.
But I learn better from the audiobooks. I can do something while I do it, and it's also more efficient to me. I can just pick up and process information more effectively and efficiently when listening rather than reading.
I don't get enough. I don't read enough. I want to read more, but I really somehow never get around to it.
Just start.
So, yeah, I was about to say, it's not in the... There's a book that I have half read that has been sitting right next to my bed
For days.
for probably almost a year now. It's called City of Ashes. It's from the Mortal Instruments series. I've read City of Bones completely. I read halfway through City of Ashes, and then I took a bit of a break, and I just haven't come back to it.
We once had a challenge and you were going to read a book about
I know! And that's when I read City of Bones, and that worked, and then I just didn't ever finish City of Ashes.
Keep going, man.
Just make it so that it's necessary for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, make it a ritual.
Make it a habit, a routine.
Yes,
Yeah.
make it a habit.
Write it the fuck down. Be like, I'm going to read today. Pin it over your bed right there. And you look at it all the time. Pin it on your screen. Like this and this time. I'll sit down and I'll fucking read. And I ain't do it. Just pull through once.
Yeah.
Well, so today at 11 p.m. I'll read a book. You guys just leave now.
Exactly. That's all? You got one more?
I have one more, but if you have anything?
No, I just want to state my opinion on books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Right,
do
yeah.
that first. Do that first before we get to the next thing.
I don't really like audiobooks because I just tune out of them really
Okay, fair
quickly.
enough, yeah.
and I also don't appreciate reading on the screen.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's
That
weird.
just hurts my
Yeah.
eyes.
The weird thing is, right?
Um,
I do reading on screen actually a lot if there's like something interesting to read.
yes, I
And
do that too, but I often regret it.
The weird thing is I get through it better oftentimes because I'm already sitting on the computer, I'll just start reading and I'll get through it. But just for the book, the big thing is just picking up the book. Once I picked up the book, I'll be through it like a few hours later. Like I have done it before,
pick it
that
up.
I've read like a book in one sitting. As a matter of fact, I have quoted this before, but I have read the Hunger Games trilogy in a span of 4 days.
Yeah.
So pick it up.
And the only reason why it took me so long is because I had to wait for my mother to finish the books.
Pro tip for everyone out there: you want to get something done, you're procrastinating, just start. Start and do it for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Insert
Whatever
the
you-
Just Do It clip now.
Whatever you need to do, just right now, after you finish this podcast, get up, do it for 5 minutes.
You know,
no more than that.
For all I care, pause the podcast and continue watching it later. It's fine.
Just do your thing for 5 minutes. That's all I gotta.
It
That's all I'm
works
gonna say.
wonders.
It works wonders because 5 hours later you'll be there. Well, I did it.
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's just how it is. Approach it with the mindset of doing it for 5 minutes. That's all. You got one more, DJ?
Yes, I got one more, and this one is a bit more deep and philosophical.
Oof.
Ooh.
Change. Yay or nay?
Yes.
So, change in what?
Oh god, he's overanalyzing it. The mere concept of change.
Yay.
Yay.
I mean, overall, yay.
There's more things that need to change than that they do not need to change.
Well, yes.
Especially in importance.
The thing is that people tend to be afraid of change.
By people, you mean conservatives.
Well, no, I mean it's somewhat human nature. I mean, first of all, the fear of that which is foreign, also known as xenophobia. And then just in general, because you have to adjust, and sometimes people are afraid that they can't or they'll be left behind. And while all that is understandable, I think that change is very important overall.
Yeah, there's no progress without change.
Yeah, there's no growth without change.
So definitely a yay for me. Alright, so that's the halftime show, I suppose. Let's get into the facts of the week, man. Sergej, you have an interesting fact prepared, or so I have heard from very different sources. So, what is your fact of this week?
I ate fluffernutters for the first time today.
That is correct, and you said yay to it later.
Yeah.
So
Fluffernutters are a great sandwich.
you timed this well, since, as I kind of insinuated, had you said this an hour later, you might be a bit inaccurate there.
Yes.
Great sandwich again, fluffernutters.
So, Alex, what is your fact of the week?
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah, sure. I go first so much.
Okay, so this is.
And you're also going second, but
This
that's...
one of a bit set up. So I'm picking this because you, Sergej, and me, we got here on a motorcycle today,
Yes.
and that's why the fact is motorcycle related. So you might have heard of the Hayabusa at some point. If you ever heard of motorcycles, the Hayabusa.
No.
It's historically one of the greatest, biggest, fastest motorcycles of all time.
I have heard of that. I could have told you anything about it, but I've heard it by name.
So
No.
the Hayabusa was specifically built by Suzuki to be the fastest motorcycle on the planet, which at the time was the Honda Blackbird. And Hayabusa in Japanese, do you know Japanese? What does it mean?
I don't know Japanese.
I thought you did. Hayabusa.
Not all Asians are the same.
He's studying Japanese. He told me once.
Yes.
So Hayabusa is Japanese for peregrine falcon, which, interestingly enough, is the fastest bird on the planet, and specifically hunts blackbirds.
Nice.
So the Hayabusa was
Blackbird
named
singing
to
the
beat
dead
out
of night.
exactly the Honda Blackbird as the fastest motorcycle.
Nice.
There you
You know what? I actually just quick sidebar. I like the advantage of Facecam that I can just mouth songs into the camera
Yeah.
instead of actually having to sing.
I
them.
also like that because then you don't do that all the time. Same day. Next week. What do you have?
What? So my fact of the week is actually I have two facts that you can choose from. One of the two of you. I either have a Hearthstone fact or a very interesting etymological fact.
I want Sergej to choose.
Okay, the etymological one. Okay, have you ever heard of satire?
Yeah. Sure.
Well, have you ever heard of satyrs, the Greek mythological creatures?
Meh.
Well, they're half goat and half man. I
Like
believe... If memory serves, yeah, satyrs are the ones where the bottom half is the goat and, well, they have goat legs, they're still bipedal. And the top half is human.
Yeah, I think...
And then I believe
I've seen
fawns are the ones that are the other way around. Yeah. Anyways, here's the point. And I thought it was fascinating when I found this out. The actors in old Greek theater that portrayed satyrs would have costumes that would have an exaggerated male endowment, if you will.
Alright.
Big dicks.
Yeah, thanks. We all know what you meant. Fuck you.
And because I assume it has something to do with the mythology of the satyr itself. I'm not too familiar with that, to be honest. But from that in particular, then comes the term satire to mean basically exaggeration.
Wow. That's interesting.
So yes,
That's nice.
That's
interesting.
Yeah, I just happened
historical fact.
to
It's
stumble.
hilarious.
Yeah, I happened to stumble upon that when I was reading
That
up
is
on
a very good fact of the week.
some kind of trope on TV tropes because I like that side.
I think we had 2 very good facts of the week, and one guy ate flavonoids.
Yeah.
But the other two were pretty good. So, second topic, JJ, can you? Or no, actually, Sergej, what do we have? What do we have for the second topic, man?
Stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah.
More specifically, we're going a bit spiritual today.
Yeah.
And we are looking at our zodiac sign, looking at what that allegedly says about us, which means our horoscope.
Yes.
And
well, not really.
we're going to compare that to how accurate it actually is. So, do you want to start, Sergej? Maybe let's start on your side.
Okay.
So you were born on,
I was born on 18th of May.
which makes you a Taurus.
Yes, that's true.
Let's go find that and
We literally were on that before it started scrolling up is the thing. Yeah, there we go.
read out.
Strengths. Romantic. Decisive. Logical. Hardworking. Passionate. Patient. Artistic and kind. My weaknesses are... Apparently.
Allegedly, yeah.
Supposedly.
I don't know how to pronounce...
Prejudice.
Needy and stubborn.
And your symbol is a bull.
Well, I'm pretty sure most
obviously.
people know what the zodiac symbols mean.
So let's go through your strengths. Are you romantic?
Kinda.
But also kind of not.
Yeah.
Are you decisive? And I know the answer to this one.
Let me think about that for a second.
No, you're not. Let's be honest. You're very ill.
I'm...
Logical, I would say you are.
Yeah.
Hardworking, I'd say to a decent degree that you are. Definitely more than the average person. Definitely more than JJ. But it's it is appreciated, and you know it's the correct.
But that's a low bar to clear, I feel.
But then I also know that you know within you that it's good that way. Passionate. This is a dubious one.
Yeah.
First of all, there's
all kinds of...
Yeah, you could be passionate about all kinds of things, first of all.
Generally, you get very invested in stuff.
Yeah.
So that would count. Patient. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
You're the king of meditation, man. Yeah, that's your thing. Are you artistic?
Programming counts, and designing posters and flyers.
Yeah, right.
Well, design definitely counts.
Right, so you kind of are.
And programming, I feel like software design counts, but it's basically like, if you're kind of figuring out your own algorithm to solve something, it's somewhat artistic for sure. if you're just kind of using pre-existing stuff and putting it together, not as much.
That's creative. And kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
In my experience, he is.
You said you would throw down for your friends, so I would assume you are somewhat kind. Now I'll go to your weaknesses. Are you prejudiced?
What does that mean?
Do you hold prejudice against?
Well,
I do not think you are.
What?
I really don't think that you are too prejudiced.
Yeah, I've understood that.
So that seems kind of weird. You don't seem to be judging people based
Not
on
really.
anything but their actual character. Needy? I also don't think so. You're not very materialistic or dependent on that sort of thing. And stubborn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
To a degree, yeah. But not as stubborn as JJ or myself to a degree, I think.
Okay, let me...
I mean, if I make up my mind, I'm really stubborn about that.
Alright.
So, let me throw out a few general things here. First of all, the zodiacs, as well as even more so horoscopes, and also kind of the Life is Strange character quiz, actually, it relies in that if you're trying, you can oftentimes find a reason to justify your results.
We should have this as a disclaimer. The whole we don't believe in horoscopes or all this horror shit. This is just for fun.
Really dubious.
We're not like spiritual in that way.
Yeah.
We don't do astrology stuff. So
and so there's a lot of confirmation bias kind of in there as well.
For sure.
And one thing that I noticed here is that I feel like stubborn and passionate kind of belong together.
Yeah.
Because if you're passionate about something, you usually are also somewhat stubborn in kind of like pulling it through and stuff like that. Same with passionate, hardworking in that regard. If you're passionate about something, you're putting work in.
Exactly.
So they kind of already, a lot of the stuff that they have belongs together.
Yeah.
So that just was something I wanted to point out.
Maybe decisive and logical also?
Not necessarily. You can make quick decisions that don't
They're
have to be logical.
illogical, right.
And you can also, if you're fast with your logic and you're only look at something at face value, you can also make decisions quickly.
Yeah.
What I think goes somewhat together is maybe stuff like kind and romantic to a degree at the very least. But there is definitely connections there.
Yeah. Let's go with your JJ.
Yes.
When were you born?
I was born on the 25th of June, and I am a Cancer, and I believe I was... Yes, I know, that's funny. I believe I was the only one who knew his zodiac sign without looking it up first.
You are the Cancer of TrashcanTV.
Yes. The Cancer, for those of you who don't know, is the crab, and the strengths associated... Why do I have more weaknesses? The strengths associated with it are a strong sixth sense,
allegedly,
gentleness, imagination, carefulness, dedication, kindness, as well as caringness, which are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although caringness implies a bit more investment.
Also, gentleness is very similar to that stuff.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes.
They're very much describing They're describing a hippie. I mean, don't even mean that in a bad way, but just, friendly and imaginative. I mean, that's kind of...
Yeah.
Weaknesses, greedy...
Potentially untrue.
Also strong sixth sense.
Yeah. Weaknesses, greedy, possessive, sensitive, and prudish. I think, interestingly enough...
Are you greedy?
That the weaknesses here contrast a lot with the strengths in that... Sometimes they're almost conflicting, I feel like. The kind and caring person you don't really see as greedy necessarily.
Sensitive goes with kind and caring?
Sensitive definitely does. And I feel like sensitive is not even inherently a weakness necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant as a weakness.
I mean, I guess I mean oversensitive, basically.
I guess sensitive is the weakness version of being caring.
Yeah, right? They're somewhat connected. Okay, let's go through these one at a time. Strong sixth sense, I think it's a bit of an exaggeration.
Whatever that means. It's like instinct, right?
Yeah, I feel like I do sometimes have that to a degree.
Right.
But it's also, again, it's a bit of confirmation bias for sure, because if you're kind of intuiting something and it happens, you're like, oh my god, I'm good at this. And then when it doesn't happen, you're like, oh, of course it doesn't,
Yeah.
Gentle, I think.
Tough one.
It depends. I'm definitely. We've established this before. I can easily come off as very rude.
Yeah.
But I'm also not very aggressive, so in that regard, gentle is not entirely false.
Right. Imaginative.
Imaginative, that one has gotten worse with age, sadly.
So you got less imaginative?
Yes.
Your creativity is going down?
Yeah.
Tough.
We talked about this a bit before. I definitely have creativity, and I do have hobbies that involve that to a degree. But again, I wouldn't necessarily consider myself above average imaginative necessarily. Careful, I think to some degree, yes. I said I don't want to get in a fight necessarily, and generally, I'm always in favor of picking the safer option usually.
Right.
Except
for when it comes to software, of course.
Well, it tries again. It depends somewhat on what you're trying to be safe from, but yes,
Everything.
Yes.
Everything that is out to harm you, basically. That's a different topic. Dedicated.
And dedication. That's one of those where once again it depends on what we're talking about. There are things that I'm dedicated to. There are things that I'm not dedicated to, which is I feel like normal.
Mm-hmm.
You're dedicated to not dedicating yourself to anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm as we might have seen over the last 2 years, I'm somewhat dedicated to this channel.
Yeah. Yep, you are.
There are certain hobbies that I'm dedicated to, in particular the tabletop RPG stuff, D&D for the uninitiated.
And other video games too. Hearthstone.
And to a degree video games, although I rarely dedicated myself to one game. There's definitely the ebb and flow kind of thing going on.
Are you kind and caring though?
See, the thing is, as much as, again, I come off as rude easily, I don't necessarily censor myself a lot, and I say my opinion. But I would say that under all of that, I'm not a bad person. So I would think that I don't intentionally try to hurt people, for example. So in that regard, I think kind is not necessarily wrong. It's just that, again, I do come off as rude. So,
how about the weaknesses then?
And caring, of course, is kind of similar. So weakness, greedy. Yes.
Possessive.
Well, I mean, of what?
Goes along with greedy a lot.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I care about my possessions, but I'm not possessive of people or anything like that. I'm not like the clingy, needy type of person. I was thinking there's more of like a, the whole like, crazy ex-girlfriend thing, like, oh, I own him.
Yeah.
I mean, goes there. That's just the trope I thought of right away. But in that regard, no.
Sensitive and prudish.
Well, sensitive.
We already talked about it.
As in empathetic, somewhat. As in oversensitive, no. You can throw insults at my face, and for the most part, I don't care. And I feel like this is a good quality for if you're doing all the entertainment.
You're a bum, JJ. A bum. That's what you are. A bum.
Well,
you're a cancer to this YouTube channel.
The thing is that
and a bum.
Obviously, in this case, you're joking, at least in part. Which inherently makes those less impactful, but I feel like I'm generally handling that kind of stuff very well.
No, kind of.
In which case, sensitive in the way I assume they mean it as weakness is wrong.
Yeah.
Prudish.
You don't really get offended, actually, like in reality.
No, I rarely do.
Yeah. I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You get offended?
Really easily.
By what?
By all kinds of stuff.
We make Soviet Russia jokes about you all the fucking time.
Yeah, but that's not really.
But that's always jokingly when we do it, right? Fair enough, yeah.
So you're saying if someone...
And also that's not really insults or...
No.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely stereotyping at the very least.
Fair enough.
So you're saying if someone were to legitimately insult you, that would affect you?
Yeah.
Like if I said you were a bum and I wasn't joking?
Yeah.
You throw down, bro? would you go, bro? Like, just things outside, bro?
That actually surprises me.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're a
again,
very laid back person. I would expect you to just meditate through it.
the thing is,
I would act as if.
Okay, that's good actually.
the thing is, and we joke about this before, but we are somewhat similar. So generally speaking, if there's an unknown factor about you, when in doubt, I always assume you are like me.
So do I. So
And apparently in that regard, we're different.
Yeah.
I am different.
shut up. Okay, let's get to mine.
I like that I can make nerdy reference and people acknowledge them when you're here. That helps a lot.
Let's get to mine. So being born on January the 10th, the year of our Lord 1999, that makes me a Capricorn.
Yes, I was about to say, could someone scroll a little bit? I assume it's the first one. I assume they're sorted by month.
No, it's not. I don't think it is.
Is it the last one?
Yeah, it's in the bottom somewhere.
Oh, because it starts in December.
Yeah.
Sagittarius,
So there
Capricorn.
we are. My strengths, allegedly. Intelligent, practical, reliable, generous, optimistic, endearing, persistent. My weaknesses, allegedly. Stubborn, solitary, suspicious.
I like that so much.
See, this cracks me up every time. Because we say this, obviously. But how is someone just, like, generally suspicious?
You are.
You know.
They say I am, but I want to know this more. So let's go
Baseball hat, wife beater, the whole thing.
Also, you're the goat.
Yeah, that's the symbol. My symbol is the goat, which is the best thing I've ever read in my life. So that I love that. But okay,
I
let's
guess
go.
1 by 1 as usual.
Yeah, intelligent.
Yes.
I would say
Yes.
so. At least above average. Nothing fantastic. I want to toot my own horn here. I have never tested it, but I would assume so. Practical. How do you define that? How do you
Yes,
qualify
I'm
that?
pragmatic.
Yeah, okay. If in terms of like reasoning and stuff, sure.
I mean, it's practical. I feel like can mean two things. It can either mean pragmatic, or like hands-on, as in handy.
Yeah. First one more so than the last, but both to a degree. Reliable. I hope at least I hope
Yes.
so.
Yes.
I would describe you
That's
as
something
reliable.
that I would value for myself. Generous.
No.
This is probably a tough one, man. When's the last time I donated to charity or something like that? Been a while. Optimistic.
This is weird.
That is
More like very very humorous about a dire situation.
No, because that's the thing. You see a lot of the situation that we're in, for example, and stuff, very negatively. But I feel like you're looking at your own personal future often almost too optimistically.
I'm not sure if it's optimistic. Am I optimistic? It's kind of in the middle, really. I like to okay, the thing is that the more aware you are usually of bad stuff that goes on, the less optimistic you are.
Obviously.
And that's why I like to see a lot of that stuff with a pinch of humor. So, like, you know that I joke about the end of the world and climate change and World War III on a daily basis. Like, I make legit fun of that stuff.
Yes.
I make it hilarious. So,
Let's not go that far.
But
You're
like
not that funny.
I like to meme and joke about that stuff all the time. And I basically just take it as it comes. So, endearing.
No. Next.
Not endearing at all. Tough. Persistent.
As a matter of fact, I would probably describe it as off-putting more than endearing.
Come on.
No, I'm as much as we're laughing here,
Come on.
I'm actually I'm honestly mean that. I think you have certain non-endearing qualities to you.
Appreciation. Much.
I've learned to put up with you.
Maybe we should ask other people who are still to be endeared. I've challenged you with this before, but let's hit the town and talk to 100 random strangers for 5 minutes each and see who they feel like to be more sympathetic.
I hate every step of that plan for not even because of the results, but just by going out to the city, talking to people.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate it already.
I would just like to see the results of that.
I would like to see the results and just don't want to put in the work to acquire them.
That's the thing. The other one is persistent.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say so too.
Yes.
I would like to be more persistent, but I'm more at least putting the effort into becoming that.
Also, I would like to note that persistent and stubborn are basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just
Again,
wording with more positively or negatively.
Yeah. Stubborn, solitary, suspicious. So, am I stubborn? Yes. Am I
Yes.
solitary? To a degree, yeah. I would say so to a degree.
It's
tough
I think,
one.
I think inwards even more so than outwards, I think.
I probably can't really judge that.
so the problem here
That's the
is
thing, right?
that, as is generally the case with people that tend more towards introversion, is that you definitely are not a big group kind of person.
No.
But you do definitely have kind of like your inner circle, if you will. Like
I'm a small group kind of person, that's true.
Small groups, you very much do.
But I also appreciate my 12 to 14 hours of being all by myself, like literally by myself.
Yes, but you're not the type of person that completely shuts out people at all times.
No.
You're more just a generally somewhat introverted.
But that's because of the reliability thing, right? I'm still reachable, but I don't want to be out and about all the time. And lastly, the point we've all been waiting for, suspicious.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you gotta explain this to me, right? In what way am I just suspicious?
Yes.
Of what? Of what am I suspicious? What do you suspect?
If a cop came into this room looking for someone who committed a crime, you would be the first to be suspected of the three of us.
Would I? Why?
Because you're the most suspicious.
How am I the most suspicious? I would argue you are way more suspicious.
Except if Morty was here.
Like just outward appearance.
Well, the thing is, unless it was drug possession,
Do I look suspicious?
you are the most suspicious here. If it's drug possession, specifically cannabis,
It's you.
they would look at me because I look like a fucking stoner.
If they do our names, it will be Sergej.
Well, yes,
It's a Russian name.
but that's just racism.
Exactly. But like, in what way do I look suspicious? Like, I wear colors.
It's hard to put it in words.
Yeah.
I mean, look at your t-shirt.
Okay, to be fair, the Communist Party shirt might
I'm
not
wearing
be.
the Communist Party shirt. Okay, but still, how am I naturally suspicious? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Is Brock Lesnar suspicious?
I mean, yes. He has a tattoo of a giant sword on his chest.
I don't. See, I don't.
No, but
I don't drink.
You know-
I don't do drugs. I generally don't do a lot of stupid stuff.
you know how when we did
Very suspicious.
the whole
You know
thing,
That's what makes me suspicious. Yeah.
when we did the whole the first Face Reveal podcast thing,
Yeah.
and Hollywood instantly insisted that you look like a bully.
I know, but why?
But you can clearly tell from that there's clearly something that you put out there that makes you suspicious.
Okay, then give me this, right? What can I do to be less suspicious?
I don't know.
Okay, then.
The worst part is I believe you were already wearing a long sleeve shirt in that one, which definitely makes you look less suspicious than with the fucking t-shirts with the cut off arms.
Why is that true? Why does a cut-off t-shirt make you look more suspicious? I don't get that at all.
It just kind of does.
Yes.
It's so weird.
That's the best answer I can give you to.
I don't know. So if
No
anyone,
sleeves equals more suspicious.
if anyone
That's
can
just a
tell
thing.
me, if anyone can tell me how to be less suspicious, please do, because I'm honestly at a loss here. So
And I think, at least to some degree, and this isn't, I know for a fact that it's something you probably don't want to change, but I think your overall build is definitely not helping you, because that gets into the whole, again, into the whole like meathead bully stereotype.
but-
I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying that that's an association that people have.
But I think it's the other way. Like, intimidating doesn't equal suspicious. Isn't usually the association that the suspicious guy is the silent kid?
Different type of suspicious, but yes.
Yeah. Meh.
But none of us are, well, I mean, okay, one of us is very much the silent guy here.
Yeah.
To a degree. Like the silent kid who, like, at some one day in school just turns around and is like, go to the bathroom, don't come back. That, yeah.
Again,
While reaching into his backpack,
Again,
yeah, that's...
there is a...
That's me.
There's different types of suspicious. There is the guy who's gonna end up shooting up the school,
Yeah.
and then there's the guy who just beats up a kid every day.
I don't beat up
And
kids
you,
every day.
but you look more like the latter.
yeah. And you guys look like the ones who would shoot on the school.
Well, but I'm the class clown. I'm not going to shoot up the school. That's actually something that fascinated me in retrospect.
School shootings?
No, I'm the class clown.
Alright, yeah.
But I'm also an introvert.
That
doesn't compute.
Yeah, right.
You what?
I'm an introvert, but I'm also the class clown.
Yeah, he was also...
How?
I know, right?
The fuck?
I think I also had the thing where I became more introverted over time, and now I'm becoming more extroverted again, which is really weird. But
that is suspicious.
Really dubious.
Yeah, at least dubious.
Because the thing is, right? At the very least, like in elementary school, and I don't know why we're talking about this now, but I was pretty extroverted. I was even more so than later the class clown. I would pretty much get along with people. Like, sure, there were people that didn't like me, but I was social to some degree. Then I relatively fast formed a small friend group when it came to, well, what would be called middle school.
Yeah.
For brief context, for those who don't understand the school system that we personally were educated in. Middle school and high school is kind of the same school for us. So, for the Americans out there.
It takes place in the same building, and there's more of a fluid border than there is in the American system.
So, just as a context, so that group kind of was my social circle. I didn't really expand out from that, which means that inherently that was a bit more introverted because I had like a set group of friends and I didn't really do much with other people. And then that group kind of fell apart. And I really didn't have friends for a while after that. I was sticking to myself. I would just kind of like walk in circles on the schoolyard, like literally.
That is suspicious.
That is...
Yeah, no, I know.
That means you're carrying a Glock for sure.
I wasn't. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even carrying a clock. That was a bad pun. Yeah, no one carries clocks with them. Inherently, by making them carried, it's watches usually. But anyways, so that happened, and then we talked about it before how our friendship.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
In high school, we started hanging out. Like people like Joe came into the picture, and since then it's been expanding.
Joe, I think, is a major driving force behind how I became more extroverted.
He's extroverted.
He's totally an extrovert.
Definitely.
And because in going into like college, I would hang with him a lot, of course. Yeah. We took a lot of the same courses. So by him just going up to people and just randomly making acquaintances like it's nobody's business.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how Joe works.
He's an extrovert. That's how extroverts work. Yeah. They just talk to people and all of a sudden they're acquainted.
I don't know how that works.
Right?
I mean, I know how it works.
No, yeah, but
I just wouldn't be very interested in doing that most of the time.
So that, of course, is how also my circle expanded a little bit. But through that became more of it started becoming more natural to me again a little bit. And so now, like, I went to college a few times over the last few months, as a matter of fact, when Joe wasn't there at all.
Yeah.
It's not the first time that happened or anything, but it's a thing where, then there's some people that you've seen a few times, you maybe start chatting, and I'm doing the socialization thing now.
Right. That's it.
Like, on my own.
You have become an adult. A professional adult who takes responsibility of stuff. That's great.
Well, as opposed to you, who runs around his college campus with his headphones.
Literally, listen, man. I'm in public. I'm avoiding life, like any life around me. I do not want to talk. If I happen to run into Sergej on the bus, okay, cool. But if I don't, no. You don't even. I take my headphones off the moment the professor says his first word. The moment he says his last word, I'm putting them back on. Full blast.
Yeah.
Not having it. No interaction.
I'm not sure.
I guess that also makes you suspicious.
Okay, yeah, let them make
Yeah, no, the headphones and hoodie and lurking in dark alleyways.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was just painting a picture there. I just kind of went places.
Alleyways, opening my trench coat, and people be like, "You want to buy some of these funnel cakes?"
When he said opening his trench coat, for some reason I was thinking of a flasher more than rock seller. To be honest,
man.
I was selling funnel cakes, but sure.
Do you want to buy some funnel cakes?
Final note: my symbol is the goat. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. The sun.co.uk, which is the site where we found all this bullcrap. Let's get into the song of the week.
Well, the sun is not responsible for the symbol.
Yeah.
They might have been the ones who picked out the attributes, but...
Let's get to the song of the week and let's get out of here to close it off. JJ, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week is a classic in all regards, and it is actually pretty awesome.
The Hall of the Mountain Gang.
No, it is...
That's a classic.
It is...
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. It's Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield.
Yikes. Okay. Wow.
That is a pretty old song, I was
Very classic. Yeah, that's true.
And I quite like it.
Yeah. Sergej, what is your song?
Oof, I hope I pronounce it right.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Yinsei Game by Yutsuhiko.
Fuck you.
That
Literally everything about that sounds Japanese. Continue.
That is suspicious.
That translates to the game of life.
Alright.
Well, I do enjoy me the game of life.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I really do like me the game of life, man.
Not the actual board game though.
No, the actual life.
I recommend you to listen to the English cover by
thank you.
Jubiphonic.
Okay, will do. My song of the week is...
When he said English cover of Japanese song, I was 100% expecting you to say Nate Wants to Battle, but fair enough.
Okay.
You're not familiar with him?
No.
He covers anime themes a lot on his channel.
Okay.
Hold your ears, kids.
Jubiphonic.
Yeah,
My song of the week is the shortest song of the week I'm pretty sure I've ever
It's
had.
Parasite!
It's Parasite by Volbeat.
It's a really short song.
From the new album, Rewind, Replay, Rebound, that has not released yet as of now, but very soon will. And it's a 32-second song. But it's really good and I like it. So,
It's not actually that good.
it's really good.
It's one of the weaker ones.
You gotta listen to it. It's pretty good. Thank you for watching this video and listening to the podcast. Drop a like. And we'll be having more of Sergej very soon. He's going to be starting to play The Walking Dead at some point. Got to get him through that Telltale game. It's going to be pretty good.
Do we need to?
Yeah, we need to.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty good, hopefully. So, and we'll have...
Can we play a less story-based game?
We'll see what we can do.
Do you actually not like the story-based game thing as a whole?
I enjoy it, but not really as something I would play on a YouTube channel.
You got to play some Hearthstone, too.
Like, in general.
Yeah,
I mean,
general
I'm
thing.
playing, for example, Firewatch right now.
Yeah, that's, I've been proposing to us to play that for a year.
It's really
for
good.
a damn year I've been saying.
Because
Play
it was on sale, recently.
Well, summer sale, yeah, fair
For
enough.
75%
Let's play
off.
that. Let us play that on the channel next with you.
Oof. Nah.
Why not?
Because I would have played it at that point.
But
already.
yeah, but it's a new thing for the two of us.
Yeah,
Yes.
You're going to be that guy.
I can be the guy who's sitting at the keyboard. You can
that
you can be the guy who knows the game.
that
like
might.
we did Flip Straight.
Yeah.
It's a very different dynamic then.
And we can also play it on your Steam account because you already have it.
So I don't have to buy it.
Correct. So we're going
Because I'm cheap like that.
I believe.
Actually, I think stingy describes me better than greedy. almost.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe you can still get it for 75%.
That sounds fair enough.
But still. So, thank you for listening. Drop a like, subscribe to TrashcanTV, and we're going to see you in the next one. JJ.
That's it.
Sergej.
That's it.
That's it.